fare thee well. To you, my own true love, I am going far away. I am bound for California, but I know that I'll return someday. So fare thee well, my own true love, and when I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. So fare thee well, my own true love, and when I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. So fare thee well, my own true love, and when I return, united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee.
Right, hello and a very good evening to you listeners. This is Darren Curran here with The Beat on 101.6 FM. And every second week I'm going to be giving you the best in up and coming bands and local talent that we have here in the area. I'm delighted to have here with me this evening Andreas Durkin, who's going to tell me about his up and coming new album and touring and bits and pieces. Hello Andreas.
Good evening Darren, and good evening to all the listeners.
And how are you this evening? And would you like to tell me, Andreas, how was it you got into the music? Obviously, your mother being Cathy Durkin, there was always a lot of musical talent in your house.
Yeah, I suppose it goes back to my granddad, Eugene Leddy, with his Ceilidh band back in the 60s, and I suppose he passed it on to my own mum, Cathy, and then I suppose she passed it on to me. So I suppose I'm doing this, the music, about 10 years now, between the pubs and different things, so it's great. It's getting better every year.
Right, and recently I seen you had an album out, The Land Across the Sea. I remember actually the album launch of that. Wasn't that in the Farnham, or you had the launch of it? How did that go for you?
It was great. We had a great night in the Farnham. I said it's a year and a half ago now, but we had a great night. It was a great success, and it was great to actually put my name to an album. And you know, it was a long time coming. As I said on the sleeve of the album when I was doing it up, it was something that I had wanted to do for a long while, and thank God it turned out great, and it was great success. Had different artists there on the night, and it turned out to be very good for me in the long term.
It was indeed. Actually, listeners, the song that we played on the intro there was The Leaving of Liverpool. That was actually from Andreas's album. And I have to say, you have a good variety of music on that album. Was that always the way? You always have a good variety of stuff to keep the listeners happy?
Well, I suppose if you like to put it, you know, when you're doing gigs, you know, you like to give everybody a bit of variety, because you know, between the pub gigs, between weddings and different things, you're playing to a huge audience of age-wise, between maybe from the likes of 3 or 4 year olds to 90-year-olds. So you have to sort of cater for everybody. But when I was doing the album, I was doing a lot of work in America, and I had nothing more or less to my name over there, so I decided let me sort of mainly put an Irish twist on it, but then I threw in a bit of country as well, just to mix it. So it was a bit of everything. You're right, you need a bit of variety these days.
Right, you're on there about America, so that gets me on to touring. Obviously that's an integral part of a band these days. So where do you tour, and what do you get up to now? Are you living the rock and roll lifestyle, so to speak, or what goes on the road?
Well, you know what, we'll not go there. No, it's I suppose I've been from east to west and north and south of America. It's just taken me everywhere, you know, you name it, Florida, LA, New York, Chicago, all them places in America, and it's taken me to Europe as well, and a lot of this has been with my mom, which is great. We work together a lot over there. As I say, well, most of my mom's work would be in America at the moment, but we do a lot together over there, and I suppose when we come back to Ireland, mom does her own thing and I do my own thing. But no, I've been to many places, and it's all mainly because of the music, which is a good complaint.
Just saying that you're an American and all that, obviously when you're on the road like that, you're going to meet celebrities. Being your mother doing all the music and that over the years, you've obviously met a few down the years. Who was the most famous you've met?
Well, I've met a lot of them. I don't mean to say that in a big-headed way, but I have met a lot of people down through the years in the sports area, in the music area, and different places. And I suppose the most recent that I've met back at Christmas time there was the champion golfer Rory McIlroy in Dublin, who was an out-and-out gentleman. But as I say, music-wise, a good friend of mine down through the years was the great Joe Dolan and another gentleman in the business. But yeah, I've met different people here and there along the road, and it's been great. You know, I suppose it's nice to come with the business with that. You know.
Oh, indeed, and I'm sure now in a couple of years' time, people will be coming up to you and looking for the autograph and going, Andreas, can I have your autograph? Well, you're as big as Joe Dolan now, aren't you? And you'll be going, oh, indeed I am. But anyway.
Now, Darren, come on.
Anyway, right, getting me on to my next question. Right, I've been looking on the web, and you have a very good website. Do you want to tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, I got the website up and going there, but oh god, it's actually hard to believe it's almost 2 years ago. But it's been a great asset to me with regards work in Ireland and even in America, and it's amazingly, I suppose that's the way technology has gone these days. Everybody is on the internet, and a lot of weddings through it, which is great, and different things, and even just regular gigs. People are just all geared to work with the internet nowadays, and it's the way to go. So everybody nearly needs to have a website, whether it be a small business, a big business, or whatever business you have. The internet is the way to go, you know.
See that, and I also see on your website you have a streaming link, so you can actually listen to your music before you actually choose to purchase it.
Oh yeah, I warn people before they read through the website. This is what you're going to get. No, yeah, it was one thing I wanted to get properly done. My last single, which I think you're going to play later on. I felt that, you know, why not put it on the website? You know, other people can do it, so there's no reason why I can't. But hopefully now in the near future, I'm in the process of getting some DVDs onto the website, so that people who come on and, you know, they mightn't just want to hear, they want to see what we do rather than hear what we do. So hopefully in the next few weeks, I'm going to have it on the website, a clip from different functions that we've done, whether it be in America, Ireland, anywhere at all. It's just very important for people to see what we do rather than just hear what we do.
Yeah, you're on there on the website, you're on about the weddings and that. So that gets me on to, you have a band, I've seen the flyers doing the rounds, Cheap Whiskey, isn't it? What's that all about now, Andreas?
Well, it's not what you think. Cheap Whiskey, as I suppose I got the name from a song by an American country artist, Martina McBride. The name of the song was Cheap Whiskey. Now, I remember listening to that song, the guts of maybe 15 years ago, maybe more, and I always said, you know, that's a good name for a band. Sounds very tackish, but no, it has worked, and I suppose I've used it now for the last 5-6 years, and it's done me good deeds, I suppose. It's done me very good, I suppose.
And who is the other band members now that you have in Cheap Whiskey now? There is a few of you in it, isn't there?
There's 3 of us all together. There's Paul McIntyre from Ballyhaise, he plays guitar and vocals, and Sarah Rogers, who's the fiddle player. She's from Dublin, and I met Sarah when I was working in Dublin. I was going on a tour in America, and I was looking for a fiddle player, and I came across Sarah, and it's gone from strength to strength between me and Sarah. It's great fiddle player, and she's a great character, and she has everything going for herself. We've toured in America as well with different shows, not so much with myself and Mom, but with different shows. She's worked with me, so she's great asset to the actual show we put together, whether it be a wedding, a dinner dance, or anything like that.
And anybody out there that's interested in booking you for weddings or that, Andreas, how can they contact you in that regard?
Well, I suppose the website, as I said earlier, everybody seems to be clicking onto the web no matter what they're looking for. So my website, www.andreasdurkin.com, and that's where you can get all the information, and we even have a list of songs, because these days that's very important. People want to know what to choose from. It's gone very high-tech weddings, but they are. That's where we can be contacted.
Right, indeed. Just talking about contacting folks, if you want to listen to any of our podcasts, it's www.cavancommunityradio.org, and you can click on the links there, and we're obviously going to have this one up as well when we get a second. Anyway, right, Andreas, you have a new single out at the minute now. What's the name of it? It just can't come to mind.
Well, you know what? I was trying to think of that myself. Well, I released the single there. Actually, it's before Christmas of last year. You know, it just was for radio airplay. Some Days You Gotta Dance. It's originally recorded by the Dixie Chicks, but I actually got it from James Taylor. And then when I looked into it more, I realised that the Dixie Chicks had recorded it. But yeah, great upbeat song, as I say. You'll hear it later on. But it was mainly for radio airplay. That's what a lot of people do nowadays. The likes of releasing a single. It's all downloadable and everything now. So I just released it for radio airplay, and it's actually this single that you can hear on the website at the moment.
I've just got an image there now of you singing along with the Dixie Chicks now. Please tell me that's not the way now it's going. It is actually yourself singing now and not the Dixie Chicks, I hope.
Well, I was trying to get them to do backing vocals, but just wasn't doable at the time. But yeah, no, it's a great song. It's a great up-tempo song, and it's actually one of the songs I sang on Glór Tíre when I was on TG Cahir there last year, and it went down very well.
Right, so what about the coming months? Have you many gigs coming up, or what's the scene for the next 12 months or so? Are you busy?
Yeah, as I suppose, like everybody, things are not as good as they were maybe many years. Well, I'm going to say many years ago, a couple of years ago. But you know, everybody needs to go out and about, and everybody likes music, and it's amazing. You look at some of the shows that are being run across the country between country music dances, country music weekends, and different things that are on. People are still going out. They want music, and it's bringing the people out. So you know, this is the summertime. June, July, and August should be, and thank God, are busy months for me at the moment. But you know, back in April and May, things were slow. But you know, everybody was slow. But thankfully, it's picked up June, July, and August, and even into September. And I think in September I'm away to Portugal for a country music week with Louise Morrissey and Mom and acts like that. But and then November I head to America for 3 weeks, and I'm just back the week before Christmas. So it's busy, I suppose. I can't complain, thank God.
And in between that, I'm sure we're going to be getting more recordings from you, I hope.
Yeah, well, my next album, I hope to record it early in the new year and have it released for St. Patrick's Day in America, and hopefully do a launch here maybe in April or May of next year. And I hope to have Cheap Whiskey, Paul and Sarah on the album. We're going to record maybe 2 songs and put on the album. And yeah, as I said, people have asked me every time we go to the gigs, have you got a song with the 3 of you on it? So yeah, I think it's about time we done something together.
Right, well that's very good. Andreas, time is of the essence this evening, unfortunately, and we're going to have to come to the end of the show. But we're going to leave the viewers, or the listeners I should say, with your new single. So I'll pass. Have you anything else you want to say to before we leave?
Yeah, I'd just like to wish the best to Cavan Community Radio. It's I know there's a lot of the community stations around the country, and gone from strength to strength, so there's no reason why Cavan can't do the same. And I'd like to wish you all the best of luck, and you too, Darren, with the beat.
Oh yes, and thanks a million for coming in, Andreas. And I'm sure when you're a millionaire now, you'll still remember us. And would you like to introduce your new single for us, or your latest single, I should say?
Well, don't worry, I never forget the people of Cavan. Don't worry. No, this is my latest single. Some Days You Gotta Dance, and here it is.
There you go. You heard it, folks. Some days you gotta dance. Chat to you soon. Darren Curran, The Beat, 101.6 FM.
To 5 on Friday, we were all getting ready to go. The boss man started screaming, and his veins began to show. He said to you, when you come with me, you're gonna have to stay. My heart was thumping and I was jumping, had to get away. Some days you gotta dance, live it up when you get the chance. When the world doesn't make no sense, and you're feeling just a little too tense, loosen up those chains and dance. I was talking with my baby over a small glass of tea. She asked a load of questions. She said, hey, how do you feel about me? My mind was racing, I was pacing. The world just wouldn't run, but there was only one thing left to do. I could feel it coming on. Some days you gotta dance, live it up when you get the chance. When the world doesn't make no sense, and you're feeling just a little too tense, loosen up those chains and dance. Some days you gotta dance, live it up when you get the chance. When the world doesn't make no sense, and you're feeling just a little too tense, loosen up those chains and dance. You gotta loosen up those chains and dance. You gotta loosen up those chains and dance.
You've been listening to 101.6 FM, Cavan Community Radio, serving the local communities. And if you want to contact us, it's Cavan Community Radio cavanCommunityRadio@hotmail.com, and our website www.cavanCommunityRadio.org. Thanks for listening, folks. See you again soon. Local issues, local voices. Cavan Community Radio, 101.6 FM.